Make sure you have some cash on you, because this next segment of the show is going to need it. Every single object I own in my house, I can tell you where I bought it, why I bought it, and how I bought it, but that doesn't necessarily mean I want to keep it. And so I assume everyone else has these sorts of things too. So this segment of the show I call the Damaged Goods Auction, and the way it works is that a comedian will come out here, they will tell you a story about an object that they own, and then one of you is taking that object home tonight, Eddie Money style. So that's how it works. It's called the Damaged Goods Auction. You'll get the item and a lovely certificate of authenticity. And doing the Damaged Goods Auction tonight, please welcome Mehran, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hello to you. Hi. Hi to you. Hi. It's a gay thing. It's a big gay object. Fuck this. Cool. So the first object, I was originally going to auction this off to you because I thought it commemorated the first speech I ever gave, the first time I performed fellatio in college. My parents, I'm a gay Iranian, and it just is what it is. I come from a bad people, the Iranians. Believe every horrible thing you've ever heard about Iranians. I have nuclear ambition. My mother is a devil woman. But there was an agreement with me being a homo-Iranian that I wouldn't eat any penis until I was 18 years of age. They told me to, I was 15, I was like, guys, I'm pretty sure I love dicks. And they were like, hold on for 3 years. And I was like, oh, for you. So then I got to college and entered the dorm systems and promptly eating as much acid and dick as I could fit in my mouth at the same time. So just hallucinating wildly and all these dancing viper dicks as far as the eye could see. Just the world was a rich garden of phallus and paisley. So just dancing magical wondrous vipers. So one day, the way I ended up giving my first speech was that there was this guy who we called Carrot John because he was a vegetable. He was so impossibly stupid, really. He just had this curly hair and he would laugh literally, that's who he was. And I have been this my whole life. So we were hanging out one day, me and this girl Tex and John, and I was like, you know what, I think blowjobs are probably just like massages, as I'm massaging Jess. He's like, oh really? I'm like, yeah! Hoping that he'd be like, well then eat this! I don't know. And just nothing came of it, and then at night at 2 in the morning, there's a knock on my door, and it's Carrot John. Being like, did you mean what you said? I was like, definitely! So I've been waiting for this for 3.5 years on the books. I wanted to do it forever. So he laid on my bed, which was just it was clothes on my bed, then there was John, and then maybe more clothes on John. And he just sort of scooted his pants down a little, and there was just a mess of uncared for pubic hair, and I just blew him for at least 40 minutes, my inner cheeks swelled, and at one point he went, you have a nice mouth, and I was like, ah, he said it. It actually got said to me on my first blowjob. You got a nice mouth. I know it's out of the book, but it happened to me. And it took him forever to come, and then he came, and then he was like, all right, bud. And I just started calling all the girls I grew up with. I was like, bitch, it happened. I ate a dick. And it was crazy, and he's this fucking stoned hippie. And then 2 seconds later, there's a knock on the door. And I guess he had lingered outside. And was like, yeah, can we not tell anyone? I was like, yeah, no, definitely. All right, bye. And then he faded into the that like just left. And then I called another friend and I was like, girl, I blew a dude. And it was crazy and he had a weird dick. And then he came in and knocked again. You know, like live and learn. Now you check behind you before you talk shit about somebody. Back then I was just like, ah! So he ended up going totally insane on acid and like disappeared at a Burning Man and like was never heard from again. And this is a journal that I thought he gave to one of my best friends in college, which is, it ended up being a different acid casualty. So my friend was fucking another dude who went crazy and disappeared like the Celestine prophecy, just turned into light. Like another acid person who just turned into light. So I was going to give out this acid journal as the auction, but it wasn't him, so it didn't feel authentic. I decided that I should tell you about the first blowjob I ever got, which was from a 69-year-old man at a Christmas party. So I'm from Lexington, Mass, and the Frenches of Lexington, it's a family, they live just outside the center, and they had this massive, massive house. They would have this massive Christmas party every year, and I would go and just be fucking me there. And then one year there was this like septuagenarian, just shy of, who was just sort of walking around, and he'd look at me and like do weird shit with his tongue at me, like, For the record, I've had more bad sex than you've had hot dinners. Let's get that out there. But I actually plan on publishing a coffee table book of bad sex I've had in the Massachusetts area called I Can't Believe I Fucked That Kid. So, this guy who has this sort of like Mr. Magoo kind of haircut, which ends up being a wig, is following me around the cocktail wieners. I know this sounds exaggerated, but there was they always had a big bucket, like one of those serving dishes full of cocktail wieners, and he's like sticking his tongue out at me in this sort of serpentine fashion, this sort of like I can't explain it, like kind of like a volleyball serve, like a, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just drinking tons of Franzia box Chardonnay, just pounding it into my little 18-year-old head, and he like comes over and he asked me, he like told me some kind of dirty joke, which I can't remember. I wish I could remember the dirty joke. He told me it was something about like the cockpit in an airplane. He was like, the cockpit, and he's like a 70-year-old man. And I'm like, this is getting fucking gross. And I'm like, so do you know what a guy with a 10-inch dick has for breakfast? He goes, what? I said, well, this morning I had cornflakes, some fucking yogurt. So, squared, my dick isn't 10 inches. So he's like, really? So next thing I know, we're in like a bathroom off of a nursery. And he takes off his wig to grab me. And so there's like a Magoo wig on a child's sink. And I'm like closing my eyes and hanging onto towel rails and just sort of like nervously thrusting into this. He could be dying at any minute. And his great-grandchild, I held a baby earlier in the night. Turned out it was his great-grandbaby. And I just held it and now I was fucking that baby's great-grandfather's mouth in a baby toilet. And it was so weird that I came and I clearly looked strained when I ejaculated. So then he was just like, are you okay? Are you okay? So my first blowjob was from a squatting, bald, 70-year-old man who then immediately was like, are you okay? Are you okay? It may or may not have been a nervous affair. And I ended up getting so drunk that night that I stole something from the French's house, which is a figurine of a dad teaching a little boy how to golf. And so the dad has his arms around the little boy, and that was going to be my auction. But again, my boyfriend saw me leaving the house today. He's like, "You are not fucking giving that away." So then the following year at a Yankee swap, this girl Kona, this sort of like hippie girl whose ferrets gave me scabies. She was an art student and not a particularly good one, and she had done a painting of her grandfather, who in this painting is basically identical to the first man who ever blew me. So my friends, this is your auction item from me.
Before I reveal it, let's
Yeah, I'm sorry.
you will receive this painting,
Yeah.
which we'll reveal in a moment. You will receive this lovely certificate of authenticity signed by me and Mr. Mehran, famous comedian. We've called this one Grandpa in Repose in Acrylics. By Jessica Rebecca Trueblood, was that her name?
No,
It says J. Rebecca Trueblood on
it
the
might have
back.
been a present to her.
So I don't know, maybe that's this guy, that might be this guy's name.
$1 million!
He's just so jaundiced. And the thing about him is certain areas of his body are more jaundiced than others. I mean, he's in all right shape. He looks like a turtle without its shell. That's kind of what he looks like to me. And he's a bit
Sure.
death warmed up.
But there's like a Japanese effect.
He has a Japanese solemnness.
Yes, he does.
I can't figure out exactly what the room is. I can't tell if he's on a chair floating in a sea of blood. He doesn't. Now, I have not met the 60-year-old man that gave Mehran a blowjob, but I'm gonna imagine he doesn't look like that. This man looks like he's watching that. He looks like it's like he's across the room, just like, nah, you know what? I'm fine.
You have to have nerves of steel to maintain
That
that steely expression.
man looks like he has nerves of steel. I will give you that. So. He has seen some shit, and you could see him seeing your shit every night if you take him home
I have
tonight.
a little bit of a story.
Okay, all right.
This little bit, so I had never hung this up in my apartment, but then I was looking for a roommate, and like this roommate is now in comedy, and I probably shouldn't talk about fuck it. And so he lived with me briefly, and I got a massage table to pretend that I was a masseur, and then
That's
we would
normal.
have like weird massage sex with me and this person, and with this potential roommate, and I hung this up outside of his room, and he moved.
So if you want to get rid of a roommate, this is perfect. I mean, I would say you probably didn't hang it because you can't find the proper frame for it. I mean, that's terrible. So, one of you will take this home tonight along with the certificate of authenticity, and we will start the bidding on this item at $1. What, we got one? $2? We got 2 in the back.
Oh, there's $3.
Someone get 3? We got 3. We got 3 on the side for the grandpa in repose.
5.
5. We got 5 in the back? 6. We got 6. All right, this is getting heated, people. You guys are just chilling out. You're gonna come in with 100. I know. 7. We got 7. 7 in the back. All right. Anyone beat 7? 8. $8 right there. Now keep in mind, Mother's Day is in a couple weeks. This will be a great gift. We're in 8 with you, sir. 8 with the gentleman in the back. Anyone beat 8? $9? Where do we get 9? All right, 9 right there. Okay, you're at 9.
Way to go.
$9.
Ken,
And the 10?
I will bid 10, but where's the money going?
10's going. It's going directly to Mehran. It's not a charity. This is his object. 20? We got 20. $20. 20. Up in the air. You were 20.
Make drugs, absolutely.
Go buy drugs. Are you kidding me? Did you just listen to him talk for 10 minutes? You outbid yourself for 21? If it's for drugs?
100% of the money that you put toward this baby will go right down my mouth.
I don't endorse.
22 then!
22, all right. I don't endorse drugs, but knowing what he's seen just in the last 10 minutes, I would
And you
encourage
can't
it.
borrow $22 from me.
You got You got the 22? Okay, we got 22 here.
25.
25? All right. It's on. All right, we're at 25.
24.
Doesn't like that way, sir. Sammy, we're at 25 with the gentleman.
I will text the winner a picture of me on these drugs.
Or for an extra $5, he won't do that.
$5.
We're at 25. We're at 25. 26? All right, we're at 26. 26 going once. It may go for 26. That's a bargain. A bargain.
Half the drugs.
26 bucks for half the drugs he's gonna buy? That's not that good of a bargain. What is this, building 19 drug dealers? We're not doing that. We don't have scratch and dent drugs. All right, we're at $26. 26 going once. He's gonna take this home for his wife and child. We'll presume that he has. 26. You could commission someone to paint a kimono on this man. 26 going once. 26 going twice. Sold for $26 to the gentleman. Please go and claim your prize. Enjoy it. Here is your certificate of authenticity as well. The big winner, people really do win here on the secret menu, the damaged goods auction. You guys really didn't want that thing. Well, I mean, to be fair, South Framingham is riddled with art like that. Like, you like on the sides of buildings. Yeah, they just throw it. Yeah, you show up at your house after a long weekend, and they're just in your mailbox. They have everything. Yeah, they'll do paintings of you like that. All right, that was the damaged goods auction, everybody. Do people enjoy